Hi Fitness. Today we have a really nice stretch and mobility session for you. So a lot of you have been saying, obviously being cramped up in the house for long periods of time, getting a really good stretch out is exactly what you need. So today we're going to be focusing on stretching out through our hips and psoas muscle, and then also a little bit through the chest muscle as well. What we've been finding is these are the muscles that are getting particularly tight with us sitting down at desks all day and on the couch and things like that. So please join me for a really nice stretch and mobility session. All right, for our first stretch, we're going to do a hip and psoas stretch. So what you need to do is lie face down on your mat like this, popping onto those forearms, and then just popping your knee out to the side, and that should get a really nice stretch. We're going to hold this for about 30-35 seconds. And changing sides on that stretch. Next one, we're going to do a glute bridge. So for our glute bridge, lying on the mat, hands by our side, pushing through our heels and lifting those hips up as high as you can. For this one, we're going to hold that glute bridge for about 20 seconds, then pop down, reset, lifting those hips up again for another 20 seconds, and we're going to get through it 4 times. All right, so lying on that mat, hands down in front, squeeze through your glutes, and drive those hips up. Alright, we're going to pop down now, reset, and then squeeze those glutes, drive up through our heels and go into our bridge stretch again. Reset, drive up through our heels, go into our bridge stretch again. Reset, go into our bridge stretch again. Alright, for our next stretch, this one's a bit of a yoga one that you might have seen before, again to stretch out through those hip flexors. So what we're going to do on our mat is have one leg bent out in front of us and the other straight kicked out behind, trying to stay as upright as we can and stretching out.
I guess you're back. Are you gonna tell me where you went? All the messages I sent with no reply. It's like that. You're just gonna walk into my room. I hate how you assume I'll take the pleasure and the pain, the sorrows in your brain, 'cause I know you're on the run. I'll take the pleasure and the pain, your secrets to my grave.
And changing sides on that
'Cause you
stretch.
are the only one. 'Cause you are the only one. The only one.
this next one, we're going to lie on the floor on our back. One leg's going to be straight, and you're going to grab the other knee and bring it in towards your body like this. Now, if you do want a little bit of an extra stretch, I've got a yoga block here, but if you've got a pillow or a cushion at home, feel free just to pop it underneath your back like that. And then again, one leg straight and pulling the other one in towards your body like that.
Changing sides on that stretch.
Why do you always leave? It's not right. We don't fight, but I know what you've been through. I'll take the pleasure and the pain.
Great job. So we've just got through 4 stretches, all focusing on our hip flexors and psoas muscle. So what I'm going to get you to do is go through all of those stretches again. And what I'm hoping is this time we'll be a little bit freer, a little bit looser, and be able to get a little bit deeper into those stretches. So let's go.
Changing sides on that stretch. Drive up through our heels and go into our bridge stretch again. Reset. 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 Moving on to our next stretch. If you want a reminder on what that stretch is, just pop up and have a look at the screen now for a demonstration. changing sides on that stretch. And moving on to our next stretch. If you want a reminder on what that stretch is, just pop up and have a look at the screen now for a demonstration. Changing sides on that stretch. You're going to be on the mat, legs like this, then pushing forward with those hips, stretching out through that back hip flexor. If you do need something for balance, feel free to grab again a yoga block or a step or something like that just to hold on to. But if you're able to, try popping those hands up in the air and really pushing forward as far as you can to get a good stretch. Changing sides on that stretch. You're going to need to go grab a chair or if you've got your bed nearby or a couch or anything like that. What we're going to do is have a seat, pop one ankle over the opposite knee, then push down that knee towards the ground, and if that doesn't give you a good enough stretch, lean forward into it like that.
I guess you're back. Are you gonna tell me where you went? All the messages I sent with no reply. It's like that. You're just gonna walk into my room. I hate how you assume I'll take the pleasure and the pain, the sorrows in your brain, 'cause I know you're on the run. I'll take the pleasure and the pain, your secrets to my grave.
And changing sides on that stretch. We're back on the mat. What we need to do is have one leg kneeling on the ground, the other leg is going to come out to the side like this. With the opposite hand, we're going to lean on the ground and stretch over like that. If that's too much of a stretch for you, feel free to grab a block or anything you've got around your house and just lean on that to stretch over as well. All right, let's go.
Changing sides.
There will always be a place for you by my side, day or night. You know that it's killing me. Why do you always leave? It's not right. We don't fight.
Right, for our next stretch, again on the mat, we're going to lie on our stomach, hands just wider than our body, and then arching up through that lower back.
But I know what you've been through. I'll take the pleasure and the pain, the sorrows in your brain, 'cause I know you're on the run.
And then coming into a child's pose, so sitting back onto our heels, arms outstretched, stretching out.
Pleasure and pain, your secrets to my right, 'cause you are the only one. I'll take the pleasure and the pain, the sorrows in your brain.
Great job, guys. What we're going to do now is again repeat those stretches through one more time. Again, seeing if we can get a little bit deeper into the stretch now. We're a little bit more warmed up. Let's go.
And changing sides on that stretch. And moving on to our next stretch. And changing sides on that stretch. moving on to our next stretch. Changing sides on that stretch. Moving on to our next stretch. If you want a reminder on what that stretch is, just pop up and have a look at the screen now for a demonstration. And moving on to our next stretch. Alright, for the final part of our stretch and mobility session, we're going to focus really on opening up through that chest muscle. I've got 3 stretches for you here. Now for 2 of them, I'm going to use a foam roller. If you don't have a foam roller at home, that's totally fine. Just grab yourself a couple of cushions or a couple of pillows and they'll work perfectly fine as well. Even if you've got a loose step or something like that, you can use that as well. For the first one, we don't need any equipment. Just kneeling like this with our arms opening up through that chest, moving those arms as far behind us as we can. The next one, we're going to use our foam roller or cushion or whatever you've got in the house. Hands facing each other. We're going to sit back and stretch out again through that chest. And then for the final stretch, you're going to either use, again, your foam roller or cushions, lying down on it, and then arms out to the side, stretching out through that chest. So there are 3 chest stretches that we're going to do. I'll get you to go through those one more time, again seeing if we can get a little bit more movement through that chest muscle this time. And moving on to our next stretch. And moving on to our next stretch. Stretch and mobility session today. I hope you're feeling a lot looser, a lot calmer, and just more stretched out. Feel free to watch this video and do this video as many times as you like throughout the week or in the coming weeks. Whenever you need a little bit of a stretch and some downtime. We'll see you soon.